Good evening. It's Friday night. It's time for the show. Woo!
Woo!
My name is Peter Houtink, aka HTK. Welcome to the original Next Level Gaming Show. Tonight we have a full program, and I'll welcome my co-host Mike Mullis and Crazy One. Welcome, guys. How you guys been?
What's up, Peter?
Pirating.
Too much pirating. Talking about pirating, I had
Yeah.
to set my alarm the other day for 4 a.m. just to get that one commendation,
Oh my God, you guys are.
and that was ridiculous.
Can you believe that one evaded me again tonight?
Ah, man, that's
I got
that just sucks. I mean, you know,
or something.
yeah. I
Of course,
mean,
it was such a cluster trying to get those PC goons to understand the system.
well, this is the thing when you play,
join, offer,
yeah, especially when you play like at 4 a.m., which
yeah,
is like like 9-10 a.m. on the Europe side. It's just such a cluster.
yep.
F. It's like a bunch of PC, goons, and it's a mess. They either don't know what they're doing, or it's like, don't we need to shoot the other pirates?
Right.
No, we're in an alliance, and we have to shoot those skelly ships. It was just a mad mess, but I finally got that, got it done, and just had 1 hour of sleep, I think, that one night. But,
Nice.
at least I set up my alliance before the 4 a.m. So I was just like, sitting my ship spinning around for an hour while I took a quick shut-eye. And but yeah, it's not pretty. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make the other one, the 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. or 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's time is either too short, or I might just get lucky, jump in and get it. But
Right.
but but what have you been playing, Juan? Sea of Thieves?
That.
Yeah.
I've tried going back to Octopath some more.
Oh, nice.
On an unlimited basis. I like it. I just can't stop playing Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I know what it is. Because it was funny because when I played from 4 a.m. to I think 7:30 a.m. Because it's like people didn't know what they were doing, and it's like help me out here.
Also, our man Stick started the Forza lap time challenges again.
Oh, nice.
So I spent a little time putting one down in that. I think I'm right in second last I looked, but I'll wait a little bit and then try again.
Okay. And also this week they changed something in Forza, right? Was it this week or was it last week?
Yeah, it was. Was this? No, it was. Was it
Maybe.
last week? It was
I don't
the
know.
day after. No, it was. It wasn't the launch of Car Sales. It was the week after. So it was this week. They added They redid all of the track boundaries, which is really big, really great for hot lappers and the people who like to do the actual competitive racing online. Because some of them were just way wrong, and you could exploit the hell out of it and cut the corners and not really run legit laps, but get credited for it. So that's really nice. They went and did that for all the tracks, and they added a visual effect to it that you can turn on and off, so you can see very clearly where your lap will get invalidated, and you can set that to be on all the time, or you can set it to only be visible as you approach it. And as you get a wheel over it, it'll go yellow, but you're not dirty until you have 3 wheels over the line.
Okay.
Right. At that point, it goes red and tell you dirty your lap, but you get a yellow warning on the line as you start crossing it. So it's pretty cool. They added also a lot of fan stuff for the drift fans. They added new suspension tuning, new parts, the ability to add more angles of steering, which is really important for drifting. You can get the wheels way over, so you can get good and sideways. So there's that. A new car. And some other stuff that evades me, but yeah, the trap boundaries are the big thing for me.
Right. Cool. Has it always been that 3 wheels over the line is invalidate, or because it seemed like it used to be very I don't know, maybe because I didn't know where the lines were, but sometimes it's like why did I get a dirty lap?
Yeah, and
it's not very clear, but at least
there were places that were bad like that. But they have reportedly cleaned all that up. I can't imagine how much time they must have spent doing it on the Nürburgring track, because it's like 13,000 markers they had to put down or something.
Yeah, I think they all did it by hand too. What I've read. So yeah, I mean, a welcome change.
Yep. Oh, and they added to the Rivals a time attack mode and also class leaderboards. Finally, again, they hadn't done like class specific leaderboards for some time, so it's really nice to see those back.
Nice.
Hey, no, what are you talking about? Hush. Okay.
In other news. What about you, Mike? What have you been playing? I've heard that you were, kind of being a little meta, some MS going down there with your gameplay.
Yeah, so I have decided that I'm going to just change my name to Stinger NL Masochist. And I'm just going to go after every hard game. Call me Mr. Dark Souls when all this is done. Yeah. I decided after beating Breakdown, which of course, took me 8 hours to get to the last, tenth of the game, decided, hey, I'm going to go back and play Neo because, I didn't have enough punishment. So I've spent the last 3 days trying to beat the third mission boss in Neo, who her name is Hino Enema, and she is a bitch. That's about all I can say. It was one of those where you had to. The best way I could describe it is she's a cheap shot artist. She has 4 or 5 different attacks, and every one of them, if you weren't careful, could just wipe you out in a heartbeat. So, what ended up happening was, I got some hints from a bunch of people, from Frankie, from Jabril, from a couple people. Our new friend Ash was in one of those chat rooms. And then last night, finally, someone said, "Hey, whenever these people put these little clouds in the ground, you need to key pulse them because that gives them strength and gives them power." So I said, "Oh, okay." So I started doing that, and little by little, I chopped this girl down and finally beat her. So it took me 3 days, but I got through it, and now I feel like I need to keep going. Yeah, right. That's what Frankie said last night. She reminded us of the Valkyrie Queen from God of War. She was that tough. And if you watch the streams, there's a lot of frustration. So
yeah, I still have to battle those Valkyrie guys in God of War. Once you move on, it's kind of hard to go back to a game you've played.
Well, now I want to. Now I want to keep playing this game, so I might go farther through it as we go.
Cool.
So
nice. Did you play anything else, or that was it, and that was enough?
See. What else have I done? I don't think so. I think
Roblox or Roblox or whatever it's called.
That's my son.
Oh, yeah, that's what they all say.
No, that's my son. He plays that stuff. So
it's like our man Jack and Fortnite. It's his son.
Yeah. So, who else is logged in? Who else is logged in and chatting as me? Somebody else is typing as me.
Not I.
Don't know who it is.
An imposter.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's been my week. Has been playing Neo, and trying to figure out why Twitch is giving us technical issues. Those are my 2 big things.
Days of the Fridays. It's okay.
Yeah, no kidding. It wouldn't be a show without something going on.
No, I know exactly. Otherwise, it would be a boring show.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely be the Seinfelds of the internet.
Yes. So, but I'm still enjoying my new microphone, as you can see.
Nice. Yeah.
And
you stand too. Stays up. The other one you were fiddling with it.
Right. Yeah.
And this one is like it's pretty steady.
It's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. So anyway, and it was great. So that's been my week, and it's okay because I figure if I get through some of this stuff, I'll be ready for September.
Ready for September?
Yes.
Because what's in September, Mike?
Oh, let's see. Nothing really, except I don't know. Spider-Man, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, prepping for what's
Forza
that?
Horizon.
Yeah, what's that
Ultimate.
racing game,
Isn't
that driving around game thing?
Hmm.
Yeah, Forza Horizon.
That niche game.
That niche,
Nice,
that's
right.
right. That niche game.
Yeah.
Niche. So that's what I've been working on this week.
Nice.
So, and I'm on vacation next week.
Ooh.
Woot woot.
Woot woot, indeed.
Nice.
So,
Well deserved.
indeed.
But I've been playing mostly Sea of Thieves. I don't know if I played anything else.
You guys have an obsession.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't help with the Curse Sale. It's really fun. I'm enjoying it. I mean, if I wasn't enjoying it, I wouldn't be grinding so hard on
I
it,
know.
honestly.
But in all honesty, yes.
It's got right now. There's kind of a splinter of glass in my brain because I have this one accommodation to earn by being in a fleet that is all an alliance that is all sailing the correct sail for a certain region when that battle goes down. And I've fought that battle 3 times, and every time there's some spoiler or some dumbass or someone who just can't get with the program and have the sail or whatever. And I don't get the or one time we did do it with just 2 ships, nice and easy, and it didn't pop for some reason. So
yeah.
it's just been murdering my soul that I've failed so many times at this in a row.
Right.
I do not understand why we can't get you two in with Freddie Prinze Jr. I keep trying. Either that, or we got to get him or Craig on the show to talk to you guys because I've never.
Joe Neat would be perfectly acceptable as well.
Joe Neat would be perfectly acceptable. I have not seen an obsession with a game like this in a long time. And I'll tell you what I appreciate about it with you guys is that it's actually like it's legit. It is a legit obsession. It is. I mean, I don't know. I can never. I can't tell how many hours you've put in, Juan. But every time I'm in the Discord room, every time I look at Peter's name up in the corner, it's Sea of Thieves. So
Yeah, right.
I mean, look. This is what Rare was hoping for. So
I mean, it's the road to Pirate Legend. I don't know what will happen once we reach Pirate Legend. I mean, we see Nate; he still plays, but it could be because Juan and I are still not Pirate Legend.
There's always going to be more to do, though. They're always going to be
exactly.
adding new
I mean, we definitely be playing like these special events, like Curse Sales, and the next one that's coming out. I mean, look at the the Division. When they have the special events, we'll go back to that. But we're not religiously playing that, even though we used to.
Right.
So,
I don't really know how many hours. I don't know if that's a visual thing. I think that's something they're not allowing to be seen currently.
Yeah.
But I do know that when like Tim Dog on Twitter, he mentioned he shared that he had like 160,000 meters sailed or something like that, and it asks around and people are like, oh, about that a little bit more, and I'm like 2.6 million, and and there were people at me beat too, but like the people up in like I think the highest was like three and change.
right.
But yeah, I've sailed a lot.
I mean, a game, it has relaxing moments, like between battles or going, to the specific area, and then it has very tense moments, and then I have moments, where you have those PC efforts running around.
Yeah.
So you're frustrated, and then victories and all that cool stuff. I mean, it's like a whole range of emotions. It's
you
like
get the oddball funny stuff too. Like tonight, we were doing Nate and I tried to knock out one of the fleets early. We got a late start though, so we were just finishing up the last fight, and the timer expired. So the ship submerged and they evaded us.
Yeah.
And
I hate that. Right when that time strikes, when at 8 p.m. Bzzz, the ships disappear. It's like even when you're battling them, it's like, oh, come on, seriously?
A sloop had joined us, and we'd allied, and everyone was cool. And they were telling us a story about how, well, actually, the way they couched it was like, hey, just wondering, you guys aren't the brigantine that we stole that Skull Fort loot from a couple hours ago, right? You guys aren't those guys? We're like, no, that's not us. We haven't done Skull Fort in a little while. So then we decided we're going to go down to the next battle. But they got to stop on the way to get sails, and we get there, and someone's already engaged. There's a brigantine out there fighting a couple of them, so we're gonna go out there and join them and hook up. And as soon as we all get in the alliance and we're all in a chat and everything, that brigantine was actually the one like, hey, you're the guys that took the, and everyone was laughing about it, and it was so good. And then of course, we're getting tight on time for the show, and we had just finished. We got all this loot, and there was a lot of confusion over the like HEK was saying. Sometimes the PC guys don't, they're not as into it as much, and they just don't have the knowledge. So there was a lot of discussion about who's going to do what, this and that. And while they're all talking, we're looting. And then we start sailing for the island. And, maybe we would have taken the time to, like, divvy it up all nice. Because in an alliance, if we turn it in, we get the full value, but everyone else only gets 50%.
Right.
But there was so much talking, I didn't really have time to wait. So I just started turning in stuff. And they're like, okay, everybody meet up on the beach. And I'm like, nope. And just walking by and turning the stuff in. I got time. Sorry. And they're like, hey, if you do that, we only get half. I'm like, pirate, and then turn something else in.
In the meantime, that was the last fight we did, right?
Right. And then the guys.
So in the meantime, I already handed in two captain's chests, and I'm running around with a villainous skull.
Right. Yeah, we're just turning it in because we don't get time, and there's no time for really to talk about this. And why would we want half anyway? So we're just turning everything in and F it all. And some guy is like, they're catching on. And, oh my God, they're just turning it all in. We're only gonna get half. And some guy is just on the boat. I didn't see he can get my boat. Killed him. Grab another thing. Turn it in. And they're like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, well, that's it. The boat's empty, so it's over.
And that's when they shot me in the back, and I died. And
right.
Our ship sank, I think.
Lawed out. Peace.
Yeah.
Oh, good. In other news, our up. Yep. Here we go. We're now called Test. That's the new.
The new Twitch title.
Yes, that's the new Twitch title of our. Is now called Test.
Catchy. It's got a good beat.
It worked, Mike. Worked.
Yeah, something is going on. Something is going on with Twitch tonight. I don't know what, but now we're called Test.
Awesome. Well, then we're right in time to, PlayStation announced 500 million PlayStations sold.
Yes.
500 million. Think about it. That's quite a bunch of consoles. Curious how many are still in people's living rooms.
I got one right here.
Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of people still have PS2s and PS1s and
nice.
So
my first PlayStation was a PlayStation 3, and it was after I saw what's that game called? The Origami Killer. What's that thing called? Jason.
Oh, right.
And so I saw that, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I wanted to have Netflix Netflix streaming in the bedroom. So I convinced my wife, like, hey, we should get that. So it's, because Xbox did not have Wi-Fi at that point, and PlayStation did. And it's like, yeah, perfect excuse. So I got that and played the games, and that was cool. But I remember in the year 2000 when PlayStation 2 came out, and I wasn't really into console gaming. I was all PC, and I was driving by our shopping mall down here, and like people lined out of the door, and it's like my wife and I looked at each other, and it's like, what's going on? It's like, did concert tickets go on sale or what? And then I found out it was PlayStation 2 came out that day, so it's interesting.
Big day.
Yep. There's a lot of history behind how PlayStation got to be. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, originally tonight, what I wanted to do was kind of a retrospective on the PlayStation and how it came to be. But then, Bethesda decided to have QuakeCon today and completely destroy all ideas of us having that. So we're gonna do that another night, and really talk about how they got to this point. But they did make an announcement too, right?
Yeah, and they also launched a commemorable PlayStation 4 Pro.
They did, which looks like this.
Let's see. Woo!
You're looking at the biggest single product Sony has ever had.
The biggest thing to come along since TV was invented.
I mean, it's a sexy looking console. The whole transparent thing.
It's probably the best looking
limited
edition they put out in a while.
I think so. Yeah. What's so special about the camera, though? I mean, they announced that too, but I don't see. Is it just the size of it?
It looks like the color.
No, that looks like. Maybe.
It looks like the color. See, it's all the same.
Kind of the bluish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really transparent, though, is it? Or translucent, I should say.
No.
But yeah, I mean, it looks cool. I personally don't really care too much about special editions because mine is sitting right here on a cabinet, and I never ever look at it. I turn it on with my controller, and that's it. But it looks cool.
I'm cool with the special edition. Like, I love my R2D2 360. That's like,
I mean,
I love that thing.
It's cool to have, but I mean, I don't know. Once you're playing, then it's all about the games.
Right.
Right. It is, but look, they have a reason to celebrate. And,
absolutely.
Oh, indeed.
Look,
they only make like 50,000 units, right? Of this kind, I believe. So
it's neat. I don't know that I like the translucency on the console. I always seem to like the console better than I like the controller. Everybody seems to always hate the special edition controllers, but I mean I like the translucency on the controller better than it. Like looking at that picture. Why do I need to see the fan on the underneath of the console? But
at the front you have the lights and stuff that shines through a little bit,
and that's cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. Let me see if I can. While we're talking, let me see if I can get a better.
Hey, I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's like a disc brake, when it glows hot, and after you use it a lot. I'm wondering
that'd be funny.
You see the fan like glowing all red hot. That would kind of cool.
That's funny. Let me see if I can get a better picture of the front. Now this thing's coming out on August 24th. Is when this is. Let me see. This might be a better picture. Because this has the front of it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So now that like maybe
and a little golden accents and stuff. That's neat.
Yeah.
It's definitely if you're in the market for one, that's definitely one to pick up. Also has like a 2 gig hard drive built in. I mean, I know you can replace the hard drive, but still, it's nice.
Yeah. Now the front translucency is cool. I just, like I said, I don't know if I care about the top of it because you really can't see anything underneath because it's all shielded. The controller, I always like the translucent controllers. Those are cool.
Right.
So. With the Minecraft one, Xbox did something underneath the translucency, at the redstone circuitry look or whatever.
Yeah.
Which makes it kind of cool. If there's nothing underneath other than the guts, then maybe. Right. And if it was guts that were like cool looking, that'd be one thing. But just the metal, the sheet metal, if you will, in there, it's not bad though. I mean, honestly, how often do you look at the back of your console to be offended by it or whatever? So, I think it's cool.
No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just it's the stuff on it just doesn't look as neat on the top. Now, if the front part lights up and stuff like that, that's cool.
Right.
So there.
It's kind of funny. They always picture it like standing up, but I think most people will lay it down flat.
I do. I lay mine down flat. I've never understood what the. I mean, for some people that don't have a lot of vertical room.
Space.
Right. I guess.
For me, I have to have everything like that horizontal, or else the cats will kill it.
Wow. Yeah. It's also if you have an entertainment system and your receiver and all that stuff, it fits nicely. Yeah.
Mine's definitely flat. That's for sure. Yeah. Mine sits flat. All my consoles sit flat. None of my consoles sit upright. I just can't. I can't do it.
No. So yeah, definitely awesome.
Yep.
Now my original PlayStation ran on the side quite a bit, but that's just because it got to where that's the only way it would work.
Yeah. Well, then you got to do what you got to do. If you had to put it upside down, you would do that too. So
That's right. That's right.
yeah. So awesome.
All right.
Next on the docket is the QuakeCon with the too bad Nate's not here.
Hold on. Speaking of which, no. We're I tell you what. Stall the audience for a minute.
Stall the audience.
Yes, because he wanted in.
Okay.
This is
let's since we talk about numbers, you want to quickly jump to Cuphead?
Yeah.
Cuphead. Cuphead went 3 times platinum. They sold 3 million copies.
Indeed.
Cuphead. That's pretty awesome for those guys that
Indeed.
their first game didn't have any experience and sell like 3 million copies. It's a big congratulations to them.
Yep, well deserved.
Well deserved. I mean, it's an awesome game. Also, if you like pain, you play this game.
It's next on the list.
That's next on the list. I think I'm still in my first world though. I think I need one more in the first world and then I can move on. But
about halfway through the second, and then I've just been sidetracked and everything. I would like to get back to it though. Yeah. I've thought about trying to do the co-op thing. I think if they haven't yet, they're adding online co-op. But I'm thinking I don't know if that's actually going to make it easier.
True.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you guys hear me?
Hey, Nate.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, hold on, Nate. I'm going to get you your own.
His own. Right now, we're sharing a square.
Just to answer Jack's question, Jack, I don't know. I've heard people say it's available for Game Pass Doom, but I haven't. I looked and I didn't see Rage or Game Pass even after doing a hard reset on the console. And
yeah, and it doesn't show up in the online store either.
Right, I actually went to Rage. I searched Rage, and it wanted me to buy it. So
yeah, same here. It's the same thing what happened the last time when they added a bunch of games. It's like when they announce it, like it takes like 24 hours before it percolates through the internet. I think.
When does We Happy Few go live? Is that midnight or is that a different time?
Yeah, it went midnight today, or yeah, 12:01 today.
Might
have to do that when I'm done with the show before bed. That might be my.
Yeah, I wanted to stream that. Whoa.
Sorry, you guys temporarily.
Hey,
the host did the most.
You get to see how the sausage is made. Come on, this wouldn't be an NLG show if I didn't have to make modifications in the middle of the show too.
Right.
But
at least you got an American flag.
This is what we.
Hey,
that's right.
It's all me.
This is what we. This is what we do for our friends. So,
yeah.
Big ups to the Maldenhauers. I don't want to kill their name, but yeah, the studio MDHR.
Yep.
Who, if they're up for being purchased, Microsoft should definitely buy. I'm not saying they should forcefully acquire them if they don't want to be purchased, but
all right. Now you're mine. Boom. I'll help you with your effing game. It's mine now. No.
I'm all about acquiring them. I mean, Moon.
Yeah, but I mean, unless they have some more, ideas, we don't know their ideas. But
I think you could go real far with that concept, though. Imagine that kind of game with like an '80s G.I. Joe Saturday morning cartoon kind of thing going on, or whatever.
Yeah, but I don't know if they really want to do that.
Hey, Fast.
Hey, Fastback. What's up, brother?
So.
Man, so in my new masochist thing I've got going on, I'm thinking after Neo, it might be time to go back to Cuphead and finish Cuphead.
That is qualifying.
Yes, it does.
Or you could start your Pirate Legend grind.
Yeah, but see, that's not a difficult game.
Yes, it is.
That's a fun time to have with my friends, which I have no problem with because but
traitor.
Oh, come on. I can't help it if you guys have an obsession and need to, you need professional video game. You guys, is there a methadone for Sea of Thieves?
Yeah,
I don't want it
because you guys might need it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be, tied up in the bedroom watching a baby crawl on the ceiling. It's in my mind.
See, Ash is asking Mike, do you like pain or something? I must. I don't know why. Yeah, but see, it only gets frustrating when we have when you go up against the Skelly ships and it's just you and a brigantine and them. Other than that, I mean, I don't think I've ever gotten frustrated with Sea of Thieves. Now I know you guys get a whole different perspective playing against PC players and stuff. So,
Yeah.
yes, Dead Cells is going to be another one. That's another one that I really want to play.
I think you're your own worst enemy when it comes to that, because usually we're on a boat and we just hear like something, but we're not sure what it is.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, I'm on the cannons. Let's shoot them. It's like, okay. That's fine.
So, well, at least so
Down here drinking our grog.
Fastback says if I think Neo's bad, Cuphead double. I'm not so sure about that. The thing about
You got past the tutorial?
I did. I very much did.
Congratulations.
And you're beating the game.
I have not beaten the game.
Thought that was it.
I'm close to. I think I'm in area 3. So.
And then you're close.
Dead Cells has Twitch integration. That might. Ooh. Now that
So
would be
can we give you health then, or can we make it harder?
I don't know that I want you integrating because.
Do you want to set Mike? Yes.
Yeah.
Mike died again.
No.
Well, this is instant death crap going on.
Yeah.
No, I think I want to get back to playing Cuphead. I know it's one of those games that I dropped because it was just too difficult, and I've always said, yeah, I'll get back to it. So I think it's only fair if I could do that with a game like Neo, I could do that with a game like Cuphead. Now it might have to be in October, November, after I get done playing some games in September, but I'm thinking that I may. It's worth going back to, and I'm hoping. Wasn't there? There's DLC too, isn't there?
Cuphead, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, they introduced a new character too.
The delicious last course coming next year.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw that at.
So is it out yet, or just announced?
No.
Coming.
They showed it at E3.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So, what I might, yeah. No, it'll be too late to download it. But yeah, there's it's coming out next year, and you're right. There's new bosses, new levels, and a new character called Chef Saltbaker.
Mm.
You could always, if you're looking for the difficult thing, you could always pick up Battletoads before the new one comes.
You know what? I actually have that in Rare Replay.
Gotta be careful with that, though. I tried that when I was trying to decide, when I was going to do my whole thing with it, and on my big screen anyway, through the Xbox, the input lag made it 3 times as hard.
You know what? I didn't realize there was input lag.
Yeah, I didn't realize it too much either until I had been playing on the OG hardware on a tube TV, and then I was going to show my wife, hey, look, how far I'm getting now. I'm going to do a practice run out here on the big screen, and I immediately ran off a cliff trying to do my first jump because I hit the button and it was like, nope. And I'm like, oh, I can't do this because it's gonna screw my whole timing up. I probably could have kind of compensated, automatically like we do. But I didn't want to mess up my whole run I was doing with the NES version, so I just dropped it.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
All right, well, I didn't realize it. Now, but okay, so keep in mind, too, there's 2 different Battletoads in that Rare Replay. There's the NES version and there's the arcade version.
Right.
So, all right, well, now we know why, for those who may not know why we brought Nate in tonight. We brought him in for a special reason.
Exactly.
Even though
Nate, Nate, tell us about
You know why I
QuakeCon.
came on, right?
Yes, you came on for
Because that was me, by the way, cheering my own name out to you.
Okay, thank you. All right.
I tried to give you a hint, and you didn't.
I'm thinking, going. Well, you know what? And that may be you and I being logged into the channel at the same time might be why I can't update the.
Well, I am not on there anymore.
Okay, you're out. Okay. Don't do that to me, man.
Don't
do that to me.
I was watching you guys on my Xbox, and I didn't realize that it was like us.
Oh, that's right, because that's how you stream to it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's funny. That was freaking me out, though. I'm like, of all the other things to be going on right now, and someone's hacked our Twitch page the day after I turned off our 2-factor authentication too. All right, I feel better now. I feel totally better. So, okay.
So he's a pirate legend. You can tell.
Yeah, I know, man. Legend.
Yeah, I'm a PC.
All right, so Nate, you got a chance to you actually watch the QuakeCon keynote, right?
Yes, I did.
Which would you like to start with first?
What does everyone want to start with? Rage, or what are you feeling?
You know what? I'd like to let's go ahead.
Start with Rage.
All right, let's turn the show over to Nate.
Oh, here we go. When it comes to Rage, it's not a bad thing, but it looks like Mad Max, same world. But we'll watch it and then we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, we ought to talk. Let's watch a little bit of it because it's 7 minutes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you were watching the long one. Okay, yeah. But yeah, I mean, when they show the convoy one, that's where it reminds me the most of Mad Max. But that's not a bad thing. I enjoyed that part of the game.
Yeah, I did too. I think it's one of the more underrated titles of the generation, honestly. Mad Max.
And it looks beautiful on the X too. So I'm excited to see what this looks like.
Yeah, I never played the first one, so I'm looking forward to Game Passing Rage when it goes live on it. But so I get a chance. But the trailer on this and the kind of way they show the reveal and everything, I was like, okay, yeah, I can get with that.
So, Nate, you were able to check out as much of the keynote and some of the features. Why don't you fill us in on what it was that they were showing?
It's a little bit. They were showing you the convoys, and they were showing you new enemies that they hadn't shown before. So, and then they had that girl telling you, but it's like I didn't really listen to her. I wanted to explore my own.
Okay.
I don't like hearing the dialogue of the game, because then it's not new when it actually hits.
Right.
But yeah, it's just from the looks of it, it looks better than what it was. I mean, it looked fine at E3, but it amazes me that people can have 30-minute clips of something here and there. Like our next game, we're going to talk about Doom, and the game's not even have a release date.
It's true.
This is. So what's the hook on Rage? Because I hadn't played Rage either. And this was like wasn't this ID Tech 5? This was when John Carmack was working with his mega texture thing.
And truthfully, I haven't played it either yet. So we're all going to be playing it, and we should talk about it after we're done playing the first one.
That's fair. And you know what? If it's coming out on Game Pass, now
I've had the disc for in plastic still, so now I don't have to open it. But
nice. Is it single player only, or was there multiplayer?
That's a good question.
I was looking when I went to see if it was on Game Pass, and I went to it and it was priced. I found I think it said single player if I recall correctly, but I could be. My memory sucks anymore. But yeah, I want to say when I looked it up today, it was single player.
Okay.
But that's not a bad thing, Fastback. It looks so freaking awesome. And especially if this is a co-op version of Mad Max, which that did not have, right. That's what I'm excited about.
Well, this definitely has some sort of multiplayer. There's no doubt about it.
See, this is that part that reminds me a lot of the convoys in Mad Max.
And I have to play Mad Max on top of all that. Look at that.
You really should.
Yeah, I played it. I played some of it, or maybe most. I don't know.
Wow,
I don't know how far it got in the story, but
it's not perfect, but it does a really, really good job of putting you in that Mad Max universe.
This looks amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really, wow.
That's February, I think. So.
All right, so Ash is saying that Rage has great gunplay, but the story is kind of abrupt. So,
well, if they brought in Avalanche, I trust them because that story was really, really good.
I'm not sure if Avalanche did the first one. Did they?
No, I mean
they did Mad Max.
Mad Max.
Oh,
Story.
gotcha.
That story was, to me, was good. I enjoyed that a lot.
Oh.
I don't know if they just did the engine or not.
Right. Now, I think part of this now is the E3, because I think we saw this at E3. Yeah, I think we saw this stuff at E3.
Yeah.
So if you want to move to Doom, we can move to Doom.
Yeah, let's Doom it up.
Yeah, that's the one. No offense to Rage, but Doom Eternal is. Whew.
One of my favorite games of the gen was Doom.
I don't know how they did that.
It's my game of the year, 2017.
Like, come on. Are they going to surprise us and it's going to come out next year? Probably.
Well, they announced it. It's now PS4, Xbox, and Swoosh.
Swoosh, yeah.
Swoosh,
that's a big announcement.
I mean, honestly, if you have a choice other than Swoosh and you're buying on Swoosh, you're doing it wrong.
He's like,
it's cool if it's your main platform. I mean, nothing wrong. I mean, I like my Swoosh. I still do, even though it's self-destructing, and I've been less than impressed with the.
It's like a Mission Impossible mission.
Yeah, I mean, I've been less impressed with the amount of third-party ports and things, and I don't know. I couldn't get into ARMS Platoon, and it is self-destructing, but I still love the thing. It is a joy to use when there's something I want to play on it. But yeah, with an X or a Pro or something, if you're buying that game on the Swoosh, you're just no, it's a fail.
It's for portability.
Yeah, graphic-wise.
Oh, but look at this. Wow. All right, Nate, give us the scoop.
They took everything we loved, and it looks like they improved on it. But I know me and Crazy One were talking about. He's not too sure about a grappling hook.
Yeah, this is a point I made to Nate earlier tonight when we were talking Sea of Thieves, which is another great thing about Sea of Thieves. You just shoot the shit. But anyway, we're talking about it, and I love Doom. Doom is fantastic. The way it subverted the whole cover mechanic thing with the all that's fantastic.
Wow. Did you see that?
And yeah, all this stuff is great. Love the glory kills. All it is great. And then I saw the hook, and I'm like, I don't know that Doom needed it. I don't know that I need a grappling hook in Doom. Leave that in Just Cause.
You could dodge without it. That was true. You probably didn't need it. I guess they just thought of more ways to.
I'm sure it'll be
use
fine.
My language, fuck enemies up.
I can't imagine. Yeah, right. You get to be creative with it. It's cool.
There was something else about that too, about that hook that I was reading. It's not just a grappling hook, but it's an electric hook that you could use as a weapon too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's fine. It's just that my first thought was, does Doom need a grappling hook? And I'm not sure it does, but that's all.
You're probably right. The first one I loved, like you said, game of the generation. But I mean, look how awesome it was when you could grab onto somebody, especially the floating eyeballs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know that's not what you call them, but
Cacodemons.
Yep,
But yeah, fantastic.
I have the first Doom. I have 1500 out of 1500 every single achievement for it.
Nice. I do not.
It was freaking awesome.
I mean, it's just.
I see the grappling hook action there, and I think Doom and Fall 2. But the rest of it, amazing. The rest, I'm on board regardless, even if I think the grappling hook is kind of extraneous. But
I mean, the cool part is you don't have to use it.
Right.
So.
I imagine there'll probably be some traversal sections where you're going to want to. I'm sure.
I mean, if you're
that was actually one thing that was great in Doom 2016 Game of the Year 2017 edition, where it had a lot of actual kind of cool platforming sections late in the game,
to get to a lot of those little statue things that you had to do the platforming.
Yes, you did. Now, but if you look at this, if you look at what we're looking at here, there is a ton of verticality in this. Like that, right there. Look at that. Look. Now you can climb up the frickin' wall.
Looks like finished product. I know this is probably only one level, but it looks damn good.
Yeah, it does. And obviously, this is likely PC, but you have to think Pro and X are going to look like this. And
well, I think Juan told me that it did reach 60 frames per second. The first one did, so
it did. Well, it hovered at. Now the X enhancement got it closer on the Xbox One, but it was hovering around that. And Sam's saying something that I might have to start agreeing with very soon, and that's Bethesda's been one of the best AAA publishers this gen.
Yeah. I mean, you got Doom, you got Wolfenstein, you got Prey.
Yep.
And, and that's a pretty good case right there.
Yeah.
Dishonored.
Dishonored is in there. I'm not a big Dishonored fan, but I know Frankie is.
That thing looks freaking insane.
And I would say, I mean, Bethesda and Fastback just beat me to it. My other one was Ubisoft. I mean, those guys are that you got to take your hats off to them too. But I mean,
Ubisoft found the secret of getting all their characters into every game that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And it works. They don't just do it stupidly. Like the Predator in the Wildlands atmosphere was insane.
Oh my God! Did you see that? He crushed his head down into his shoulders.
Or Sam Fisher.
Yeah. No, don't talk to me about Sam.
Yeah, I'm still a little salty about that.
Yeah, let's not. Don't mention that. Don't mention that to Sam either. I heard him on one of our I'm gonna call it sister affiliate because they're like family. Gaming Perspective with Nick and Sam and they were talking about Sam, and every time someone brought up Sam Fisher, you could just see Sam's face just kind of melt. So I'm with him on that. So
is this the end clip? Because the another virus that they didn't have in the first game is that
I don't know. This is See, this is the stuff that. Oh my God! I
don't know if this is it, but at the end of the clip, they have a new weapon that they didn't have in the first one. It's a melee weapon. You get the sword.
Yeah. Yep. The Doom Slayer sword. Yeah, the nice thing I see is that they kept the speed up.
Yes.
Because Doom played so fast compared to anything, contemporary.
Right. It was even. I mean, honestly, it was even faster than Quake, and Quake was pretty fast. But Doom has always had that fast and furious survival gameplay, and imagine what this looked. Just go back to the '90s and remember what it originally looked like.
Right.
They showed it that the little soldier guy. They upgraded the little soldier guy for this one.
Right. Oh, he's more powerful and everything. But I mean, just consider where they've been and where they are. I mean, it's amazing that this.
See, they showed this 7-minute clip, and then they showed 2 more 7-minute clips. I was like, "What the heck? This is freaking awesome!"
Yeah. Well, we won't give away too much.
I think my favorite line though was, "Remember, it is rude to call them demons. We should call them morality challenge." That's what the little computer said.
Oh, that's right. Because I haven't really. Here, let's do a little. Let's get a little sound in here. Was that the beginning?
We have been missing
clip?
out on the Mick Gordon.
Yeah, I think it's at the beginning of the clip.
All right, hold on. Nice. Nobody does gun animations like Bethesda.
Remain calm. You may notice a slight change in the environment. Fear not. It's all part of the plan.
She's so awesome. I don't know if she says it in this one because there's 3 clips, but
all right, so maybe she said it elsewhere, but
it's just something small that makes the game, with a little text.
So the grappling hook is on the shotgun. It's not an all the time grappling hook.
Right.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Even the sound, man.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I turned it up for a second.
Yeah, the sound design in the first one was fantastic. I'll never get over the way they added a guitar riff to every shot from the assault rifle while you're zoomed in the scope. It's so great.
This is like a an alien version of the church scene from Kingsman.
Yeah. There's that soldier guy.
Hold on. I gotta see this again. And fed it to him. That is unbelievable.
Eat this.
Literally. So what do you think, Pete? We haven't. You've been just watching.
Yeah, I've been just watching. It's the first time that you played this now two times now, but first time that I saw it because I didn't have a chance to watch it earlier. But it looks cool. And the sounds and stuff. It's awesome.
Man.
I was actually a fan of the multiplayer in the first one.
Yes.
It was okay.
Yeah, we played it some, Nate. That was pretty cool.
I did. I played the multiplayer during the beta. And now, so the only thing that there won't be snap map in this like there was in the first one. So people won't be able to recreate, the original levels and stuff. But there will be some DLC.
Cool.
So. Oh man.
And they decided to have their conference on Sunday right before the show.
Right. Well, Friday.
Friday. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we get
moved Friday for a reason.
Yes, we get to break this news. This is awesome.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
Yeah, very very cool. I can't wait for that. They didn't put a date on this, right?
No.
Nope.
Did they
And Game Pass? No, not yet.
Yeah, somebody needs to
That
check.
would be something.
Man, that would be amazing, but I have doubt. But yeah, that would be
I have
amazing.
doubts too.
I have
One
doubt
game is going to break that barrier. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be this, but one game will break that barrier soon.
I think these games are just too big, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Like Vermintide was day one, and I can see that. But I think Big Kahuna's like.
But I mean, if they are if they pay a little extra money, I mean, think about it. If people don't have Game Pass on PlayStation, holy crap, we get Doom for free on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's got to have some console changes.
It depends on whether or not two things. I think it depends on whether or not Bethesda does marketing with them, because I think you could. Sam is saying it too, and I agree. I think Bethesda's the first one that'll do it. Their relationship with Microsoft is really strong. I mean,
yeah, it's cozy.
God Howard shows up at
only ones with mods on Fallout.
Didn't they bring mods to Fallout? But you only had.
They did, but they were restricted.
They were very restricted. So, but yes, I mean, if you think about it, there is really quite the relationship between these guys, and if anybody was going to do it, it would be Bethesda. And maybe Rage 2 is the game to do it with.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can see that.
I'm with Nate. I don't know if I see
marquee as Doom.
Yeah, I don't know if I see
It sells
Doom.
too good.
Yeah, and it wouldn't.
Doom's like incredible.
And it wouldn't be Wolfenstein either. I think it could be Rage 2 if it was anything.
Yeah, it could be.
All it takes is one big one to make the leap, and if it works, a lot of more people will do it.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have to look at the number. I mean, remember that Sea of Thieves and State of Decay all selling well, and they're in Game Pass. I think Microsoft. I'm pretty sure you said this a while back, Peter. I think it was you that said this. That was their marketing to third. Oh, I love that. They're marketing to third parties to say, hey, you put your stuff in Game Pass, and it's gonna sell well. And I think the one case you might make for Doom is, you're not going to get everybody. You're not going to get everybody on. There's not out for PC. There's no Game Pass for PC. There's no Game Pass type thing for PlayStation. And Microsoft instead of paying for timed exclusivity, could pay for, well, why don't you put the game in Game Pass?
Right.
They're gonna get Xbox sales because not everybody has Game Pass, but they're gonna get sales, and then Bethesda will get their money, their compensation for the amount of titles that would come out. Maybe it's a royalty.
It's also the DLC thing. I mean, if they didn't sell the DLC before, they may actually sell more DLC then.
Right, because you could afford it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So and that, and that's also been, to be fair to Sam in the chat room, he said the same thing about a game like this, being day and date. So I definitely agree with him. I'm gonna buy it. I mean, this is on the buy list. I don't have any other. I got nothing else, but this game's getting bought one way or another. I would rather it be in Game Pass, but if it's not, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I'd buy that game.
So.
Yeah, I want to, but just have to see what else is coming out and prioritize it. And
well, it doesn't have a date yet, so I'm definitely getting Rage in February, though.
Yeah. I was going to say, the fact that it doesn't have a date mean it's February 22nd?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Exactly. Brokerary.
Right, brokerary.
Right. So, yeah, awesome. And what we said earlier, Doom and Rage are going to Game Pass, so it's awesome. People have had a chance to play those, they can play it, get all warmed up and geared up for the next installment.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up Rage just because.
Yeah, me too. That's awesome.
Why not?
Yeah. So hopefully these are there. I'm gonna check it too when we're done with the show.
Yeah, I expect them to be like tomorrow after 12 or so. Who knows? So awesome. Another game that's coming out is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my. Get your cowboy hats on. Put in your spurs. Get on a horse. And let's get the video rolling, Mike.
Here it comes, baby.
Woo!
They'll probably hang you, buddy.
We'll just do a minute or two because this is another long video.
America was evolving, on its way to becoming the most powerful country in the world. New immigrants arrived, thriving outposts became towns, and civilization was spreading rapidly into the huge, wild, and lawless frontier. With Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games aims to create a living world that's not simply open, but deeper.
Pretty boy.
More interactive and detailed than ever.
Look at that.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, the horse's pubes.
Storytelling.
Yep.
Yeah.
More pubes on X.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, pube gate.
Bigger balls too.
And fight to survive
No.
as an outlaw.
It's crazy. This is the first gameplay that we've seen of the game, and it's only. Remind me what's the release date on this thing?
February 22nd? No, September.
September.
October, isn't it?
Is it?
That was October.
Hold on, because I remember us talking about how everybody moved out of the way.
Right.
Definitely not February.
No, it's not.
See, anti-February.
October 26th.
There it is.
October 26th. There we go. That looks so good.
It does.
And the first one was so good.
It was. Yeah, it really was. And I think
I never played it.
It's backward compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that we did the multiplayer.
Yes.
With you, me, and Joe, and a couple other people. So I think what I'm going to do is sometime around the beginning of October, I'm going to stream the story of the first one again,
Yeah.
So Drake did a bit of it on our YouTube channel, and you can find those there, but he didn't finish it. So I might try to make my way all the way through it. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, and Jack says the original looks good on the X. I have not seen it on the X yet.
Really?
No, because when we played it, I only had the OG Xbox One.
Yeah, you got to see it on Xbox.
Well, I don't think there was an X out yet.
There wasn't.
Was it?
No, there wasn't. Because Red Dead Redemption was one of the first. It wasn't the first set of BC titles, but it was in that first year of BC.
Yeah.
So.
I remember like playing that game, riding my horse all the way around the world. It was so relaxing. It was awesome. This one will probably be the same thing. Different kind of worlds, different environments.
This thing.
Riding up to the sunset.
You are, you are right. But just look at the detail. Look off in the distance. I mean, some of that, man, some of that's insane. And apparently, you can. This has like a meter of, being good or being bad.
Right.
I'll give it a little more.
Shooting and fighting have both been radically improved to make combat deep and engaging at all times. Each weapon has unique characteristics with realistic reload and recoil that always keeps the player grounded and connected to the action in a gunfight.
Damn.
In a similar way, the bond with your horse is crucial and changes based on your treatment of the animal.
Hold still, girl.
The bond with your horse, think of it as glue.
All right. Come here, glue stick. Jack, I honestly don't know if the first one had a moral meter or not, and we'll find out because I'm going to play it. I
don't recall.
I don't either.
Maybe it did.
Oh, look at that! Look at that sunrise. Looks like tombstone. I'm still walking.
I don't recall. About the meter, I don't recall.
Gonna walk up to those guys. I'm your Huckleberry.
Prey and scavengers.
Oh.
All smart and sometimes deadly.
You want to come with me? I'll show you how we hunt one.
Hunting helps the camp or earns you money.
Screw it, we're watching the whole thing. I mean, this just looks so good.
It does look good.
I mean, this
general stores,
amazing.
Saloons, and elsewhere.
And this is all in game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel I'm in purgatory.
This is a world that is rich in depth and detail. All designed to be explored on horseback or on foot.
Just give me goosebumps.
It honestly does.
The fateful journey of a gang of outlaws on the run across America.
Wow.
In the next gameplay video, we'll look at missions, activities,
there's
fishing.
robberies.
That's not a good activity.
And much more, including the evolution of sharpshooting.
Think of it.
Using the Deadeye
Sharpshooting.
Brian Regan.
All right. Right. Oh, did you see that last little bit with the gun? Hold on, wait.
Or on foot.
Yeah, hold on. Right there.
More, including the evolution of sharpshooting.
Oh, she's shooting too. She's getting in the action. Watch what he does. Oh. So.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah. Not coming for swoosh, just so people know.
Right.
Yeah.
This one is not. So.
Or PC?
Or PC. Yeah. Well, maybe PC will be later.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about the original? Didn't that one come to PC later too, or not? Or am I confused with a different game?
I'm thinking it was more like an emulation kind of thing.
Yeah,
like PC,
it was
PS3.
Apparently, it was horrible.
Yeah.
It was not like people complained about it. It was. Yeah. So no PC on this one.
Get a plastic box.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No.
Man, that looks super good.
Indeed.
Yeah, so far there are two games that give me goosebumps. It's Forza Horizon 4 and RDR 2.
So I got 3 because Doom gives me goosebumps too.
Mm-hmm.
I can't lie.
Can't lie.
I can't lie. It gives me goosebumps.
What a time! What a time to be alive.
I know. Whew.
Yeah, it's an embarrassment of riches we're gonna have in the next year or so.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Way too many games.
Now October can't come fast enough.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's like towards the end because Forza Horizon is like, the beginning or end of September for the ultimate peeps.
Right.
So,
Well, and Forza Horizon 4 being in Game Pass gives me money to buy another game.
There you go.
I will say it every time that is the other thing for us guys that don't have disposable income like we used to when we were younger. Is the Game Pass allows us to play the games we like on the Microsoft exclusive games and still spend money on a Red Dead Redemption because we can, or or be able to afford a Spider-Man, or be able to afford, it's like February 22nd. I'm gonna be able to play Crackdown 3, and I'll be able to pick a game of my choice to play because I can afford it. I'm telling you, it's great. So.
Yep, Rage 2.
Exactly, Rage 2.
Rage 2.
Unless it comes to Game Pass.
That's true.
That would be cool.
That would
Maybe it will be. Time will tell, and there's a chance. I'm gonna pick up my Magic 8 Ball and it's like...
So, Mega Man 11. Shoot. That's coming out in October as well. Jeff just said.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Man, too many good games.
I know. So
too many good games.
Talking
about games and new studios, the Initiate studio. My goodness.
Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, exactly. They
easy for you to say.
Yeah. Right. They it seems like they just hired Brian Vestergaard. He was the lead producer, senior producer on. He was the senior manager producer of God of War. Seems like he was hired. It was on his LinkedIn list. There was also a letter that was discovered with the announcement that has been revoked or hidden. But so there's another good guy hitting up that studio together with Christian Cantamessa, the leader, writer, and designer of Red Dead Redemption.
Speaking of,
Annie Lohr, she was the senior industry recruiter, and Daniel Neuberger worked as the co-director on Tomb Raider reboot and Rise of Tomb Raider alongside Brian Horton. So it's going to be quite a pedigree of guys in that studio. So
and Brian Horton came over from Crystal Dynamics, right?
Yep.
So yeah. I mean it's before we see anything coming out of the studio, it's going to be 3+ years. So.
Right.
Sure, but man.
But still, I mean, it's it could be Microsoft/Xbox, action adventure studio.
Mm-hmm.
Would be awesome. Could be a good showcase for that genre.
Yeah, very much so, and something exclusive to the platform.
Right. Exactly.
Because you were talking about it, before the show.
I said.
You did.
I said yeah. No,
I didn't. I wasn't gonna take. I wasn't gonna take your. No, I wasn't gonna take the point that you made. I wanted you to remake it.
But I don't remember what I said.
Oh, you said that this was something that Microsoft needed in their portfolio.
Oh yeah, I mean, right, exactly. I mean, they don't have the the action adventure in their portfolio, and it's doing extremely well on PlayStation, and I think it's a good showcase for Xbox. And that's a game genre that appeals to many different kind of players.
I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's why you got God of War and Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted, and it's just deliciousness.
This goes back to. Phil said this before that they needed that kind of game.
Right. I mean, he tried with with Tomb Raider, right, to make that an exclusive for a year, but that kind of didn't pan out. Or got released because there were loose lips.
Sink ships.
They sink ships.
Well, with the badgering that the people involved with it got endlessly. I can't very well play them.
So
if it's something that's timed for exclusive, it's just PlayStation win, PlayStation win, PlayStation win, PlayStation win, PlayStation win, PlayStation win, PlayStation win. So I don't blame them for eventually being like, yeah, eventually, shut up.
Yeah.
Well, back then, I remember this is one of the great conversations I had with Worrywart when he was on the show. We talked about that Tomb Raider, the Rise of the Tomb Raider situation, and at the time, him and I had argued about whether or not it was timed or not, and I swore up and down it wasn't because Phil said it wasn't, or he alluded to it not being.
If I remember, the quote was he wouldn't spend money publishing a game that would come up somewhere else.
Right.
Right.
And that he had a specific deal for this game. He didn't own the franchise. I mean, we went through. We had his quotes up on the screen, and I'm like, this is why I thought that this game wasn't coming to the PlayStation. And Worry said, at that point in time, I didn't think so either. He said, and he argued with me that it would. He had always thought that they were gonna do the Lara Comes Home edition, which they ended up doing. He was right about that too. But we had talked about it, and I will never understand why he stuck his foot in his mouth like that. Never understand. And he hasn't done it. He hasn't done it since.
Yeah.
But what he's been doing is building frickin' studios. So
he did.
I went back because after 60 days, these videos, our live streams, and these shows cycle out of Twitch. So what I do is I move them over to our YouTube page so that people can go back and see them. We have them archived. When I did that with the E3 shows, I went back and I watched the Microsoft show, and the golden moment for all of us and Anchorman and Cal from Tick, who joined us, was the build-up as he announced studios. Because he started with the initiative, and we're like, all right, we knew that. That's, we knew that was coming. That was, what's his name that came in? What was his name? Hang on, I'm gonna look it up real quick. Gallagher. Daryl Gallagher. So that's Daryl Gallagher's studio. So we're like, yeah. All right, we knew about that. And then he announced Undead Labs, and we're like, wow. But we could understand that one.
Yeah.
And that one was State of Decay. Then Playground, and we all knew Playground was like the worst kept secret before E3.
Right.
The minute he announced Ninja Theory, our entire panel went berserk.
Oh,
like every one of us, you were like, I went, what? And everybody else, we all just we're like, holy crap.
I think I just started laughing.
No, it was like a thing. And it was so, Ninja Theory, he should have announced that one last, because after that, compulsion games are like, oh, okay, we happy few.
Right. They should have swapped those.
They should have swapped that and finished off with Ninja Theory, because that was a blockbuster announce.
Well, it's like Phil said, you could play a couple of minutes of Hellblade and know that you're working with someone that is master at telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
You know what's sad is I haven't played that game yet.
You haven't?
I have it for PlayStation, but I haven't had a chance.
Oh wow!
You should. It's worthwhile. It's not terrible.
I agree. I really want to, but
Sea of Thieves.
He is calling my name.
I hear you.
It's not.
I love my life. My lady is the sea.
Yeah.
It's not a long game.
No.
But I will tell you, and Coop will tell you, because it's one of Coop's favorites. Definitely wear headphones. Do not play it without headphones.
Right.
Trust me on this. You have to. It's almost like they should make it a requirement, but you got to play it with headphones. It is insane.
Best experience with? Connect. No, headphones. Darn it.
Don't tease me.
Yeah, sorry.
So. Sweet.
Sweet. Well, it's close to 11. It's might be time for our famous segment of the week. What can that be? There's only one.
What can it be
Only one.
now? There's only one. Oh. All right, hang on.
It's the one and only
It's-
Retro Rick.
Oh, God. Okay, listen, you guys. Now you threw me off. Now I have to find it. Hold on. Okay, so I fixed it. What the hell is going on? Hold on.
I'm sneaking in. Sneak peek at it.
Yeah.
Retro.
Are you right? Are you chatting on the channel too?
Yeah.
All right, here we
No.
go. And I fixed it, by the way.
Awesome. Yay!
Oh, that's the best part.
Such a great game, really.
Yeah. I need to
Such a
slow
close
that.
game.
I need to slow that clip down a little bit.
Oh, a classic.
All right. Oops. Hang on. And where did it go? Hang on.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Where is it?
It broke. It was self-destructive.
It's so retro, it's not there.
Hang on. What in the hell?
You get a projector going. So retro.
It was right there. Unless. Hold, please.
Yep.
You leave us in suspense. What game will it be?
Yeah, no kidding. I can always.
Chedron, do a guess.
I don't know if anyone would really guess this unless you've been paying attention a lot the last couple times I've mentioned what I've picked up recently.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that we talked a fair amount about PlayStation this week, so that's a hint.
That's a hint.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna grab it again because it doesn't take long to download,
No, it shouldn't.
and so I'm gonna play the intro over.
Yeah.
Hey!
Shadow Moses Island, right?
Right. There it is. All right. I could not tell you why, but there it is.
There it is. So yeah, this PlayStation Week we're talking about Rage Racer on the Sony PlayStation 1, circa 1997. You can go ahead and kick it off.
Yep.
I still love that sound. the little after jingle after the whom. So this is actually the first game in the Ridge Racer series. This is the third game in the Ridge Racer series, by the way, but the first game that had a CGI opening, and it actually introduces the character here. Her name is... It's Raiko Nagase. She actually went on to become Ridge Racer's kind of mascot girl and chief race queen, if you will, which is a thing in Japan. But her first appearance was in this game. Going back to 1997, like we said, developed and published by Namco, the team behind Ridge Racer, the series it's a part of. They were founded in 1955 as Nakamura Seisakusho. I'm probably butchering that, I apologize. Started out running children's rides on the roof of a department store in Yokohama, Japan. In 1959, they changed their name to Nakamura Manufacturing Company Limited. Nakamura Manufacturing, or MMC Company, would eventually become Namco. They purchased the struggling Japanese division of Atari in 1974 for $800,000, which was considered madness at the time, but worked out for them. They ended up being one of the leaders in the golden age of arcades. Galaxian was the first RGB arcade game, but Pac-Man is really what put them on the map. Galaga, which has got me hooked on gaming when I was like 4. The sequel to Galaxian was one of the most successful sequels of the time. Dig Dug and Pole Position were also extremely successful. By 1989, they were one of the first 2 licensees for the NES in Japan, and it made for 40% of their sales. In 2006, they were absorbed by their sister company Bandai Namco, and renamed Bandai Namco Entertainment. They're also famous for Tekken, Ace Combat, Soul Edge, and the light gun games Point Blank and Time Crisis. One of the things that was added to the series with this game was the ability to customize the cars, which hadn't been previously, and so of course I have to go with my golf colors like I do very often with the blue and orange, and also the customization you get the option to put a name on the car, and so we put the OG NLG brand across the banner there and jump into a race. It's a single player racing game. The game shifted to kind of a grittier, more realistic look, kind of darker than the previous 2 games, Ridge Racer and Ridge Racer Revolution. Unlike those, it does feature a kind of more advanced career mode. In the original games, it was basically just racing, and when you would unlock a car for finishing a race, or unlock the next track when you've done a series of them. In this one, you actually can earn credits called EG, and those EG can be used to purchase new cars and or upgrades for those cars, which is all new for the series. The career mode is called Grand Prix, and it's divided into 5 classes. Each class has a number of events, starting with 3 races. And when you complete the 3 races in the top 3 in a car of the correct class, then you get moved up to the next class with faster opponents and bigger prize money. You can go back and revisit classes to grind up some cash if you want to make that upgrade or buy that next ride. Once you've completed all of the 5 classes, that opens up an extra Grand Prix in which all the tracks are ran backwards. And once you complete the 5 classes in the extra Grand Prix going backwards, it actually opens up a 6th class and gives you access to 3 secret cars that aren't available to that point, that are the high end for each type. Also, it gives the words of player 999,999,999 EG, which is more than enough to purchase every car and fully upgrade it. So once you complete that, then you're basically on free play in career mode there. The 6th class, the super fast class, after completing all of the extra GP, those are actually, even though they're still part of the extra GP, those are run forward and acknowledging. There are 4 car manufacturers, 3 of which feature an emphasis on a certain aspect of performance, like acceleration or grip or maximum speed. The 4th one, Nade, is a German car manufacturer high-end luxury performance cars, and that's the Esperanza, which you saw in the video there. That's the starter car, and it's the only car that Nade makes. And so you start with that, and then you can upgrade that up to 5 times, I want to say, and each time it gets increasingly more expensive. Age is a French car manufacturer, and they're known for grippy cars, and all the additional cars are kind of modeled after real world cars that are inspired by them. So the Age Aristo, which is a car you'll see in this video, is kind of modeled after the old Fiat 500, kind of same size like an old Mini Cooper. There's also a Beetle, which is a Renault Turbo 5, and the Pegase, which is a Lotus 7 or a Super 7. This is the one that looks like the Fiat 500 or Cloud car. But we've got to put our colors on it. Got to go with my golf colors anytime I'm racing. There's also Lizard, which is the American car company, produces cars with a high acceleration. The Aceron looks like a Pontiac Firebird. The Bayonet looks like a Corvette Stingray, and the Hijack actually looks like a NASCAR pickup, which was the first truck in any kind of Ridge Racer franchise. The last manufacturer is Assoluto, which is the Italian car manufacturer, and all those are, of course, focused on their higher top end. The Fatalita looks like a Porsche. The Istante looks like a Lamborghini Countach. The Pardo looks like the famous racing Nissan, the R92CP, which nobody's going to know that name, but if you look it up, you would go, oh, yeah, that, because everyone knows that shape. Another first for the series was that it allowed players to adjust by option of changing tires, the grip or drift settings for each car with a 5-point system there, and you could decide whether your car was extraordinarily easy and drift happy to drift, or if it was a little more easy to survive with the grip style and forego the drifting. Game director Nobuhisa Mikoda stated that the game was somewhat off the series, somewhat different, and aimed at pursuing the enjoyment in shift controlling. It does actually require a lot of gear shifts. There's a lot of elevation changes in the game, a lot more than the other games in the series with the elevation changes, and particularly in the lower power cars like the Fiat here, it's critical to downshift and upshift correctly, or else you'll just lose tons of speed on the uphills. Later games or later parts, it gets a little easier because of the more powerful cars. Yeah. It was received generally positively, but the reviews were kind of mild. The visual upgrades were widely approved, although some complained that the color palette was too drab compared to the earlier bright, colorful racers like Ridge Racer. Other criticisms cited a lack of improvement in other aspects of the game, like the crashing. It's pretty basic crashing. You just kind of bump and slow down, and not much to it. Jeff Gersman of GameSpot, specifically cited that crashing element, though he still called it an outstanding sequel. EGM described it as a dramatic improvement, and it currently has a games ranking score of 84 and rose as high as 5th on the UK sales charts. So it's kind of like the odd duck in the Ridge Racer family, but I really like it. It's got some really enjoyable racing, and if you like the Ridge Racer kind of arcade drifty thing, you can totally set up the cars for that. It's got some a lot more customization and that career mode that those games always lacked. It's readily available on eBay, Amazon for anywhere from less than $10 to greater than $60, depending on the condition and the region you're getting it for. But as a cheap addition to a PlayStation library you're building, you could do a lot worse than that for a racer. And so that's why it's this week's Retro Rec.
Awesome.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Back in the day, I played out. I loved Ridge Racer. That was actually like. And I'll probably save the whole thing for when we look back on PlayStation. But that was one of the first games I had for PlayStation. I ran out and got a day one when those came out, and one of the first games I got was Ridge Racer, and we just zombied that for a while. It was actually kind of cool because coming from the Super NES, we'd never been able to like start the game and then load in a music disc and then do our own music. So that was all like really wow. But yeah, that was kind of a lesser known. I think everybody knows Ridge Racer. I think it's the final lap. People people know that.
Ridge Racer.
Right, exactly. This one has that female character. She does all the voices, and it's a little cheesy. You know, it's like, "Get him now! You're a smooth operator" and stuff. But you know, it's definitely worth a play. You know, and it's like I said, it's a pretty good budget add to PlayStation Library if you're trying to build one.
I like the fact that it's for a console that old. It's very smooth.
Yeah.
I don't know what. I remember the original Ridge Racers held 60. I don't know if that one did. That one looked a little more 30-ish than 60, but it looked miles above what a Saturn game would look like. I mean, that's for sure.
Right, and that's you know, you had the same thing back with Demolition Derby, or Destruction Derby, I should say. That had that kind of thing going too. There was a real emphasis back then on performance. Even like Twisted Metal ran really well.
Yes, it did.
This is another one I'm going to have to do a rec on someday. But
Twisted Metal would be a great rec.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'd like to just play it again. It's been a while. But yep, that was what I wanted to do, just because, like I said, a lot of people know about Ridge Racer, but I don't think Ridge Racer ever really got to be as well known. A little more obscure.
Yeah.
But maybe that changed after today.
I don't know if I have that kind of influence, but I appreciate the thought.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, it's almost 11:13, so thanks everybody for watching. Chat was lit.
Yeah, love the chat.
Always.
Love the chat, as always.
And welcome in our new friend Ash.
Yep.
We appreciate it. Honestly, really do.
Come back, tell your friends, tell their moms.
Thank you for the bits. I don't know what the bits do yet, but thank you. Yes, tell everybody. What'd you just say?
Tell your friends, tell their moms. We like moms. Moms can come watch.
That's right.
Everybody can watch.
Yep.
Everybody. It's an equal opportunity show.
It sure is.
This was a good show, guys. This was great. Peter, I might have to just lay back and relinquish control.
Yeah. It's my second host. We didn't hear it last time if it was good or bad, so I thought, well, I'll take the mic again and
It's horrible.
Do it again. We'll just have to do a Twitter poll for the followers on Twitter.
Yeah. So
put the thumbs up or down.
Yeah. So next week, we should also have some We Happy Few to talk about.
Thanks, Ash.
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Ash.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Thank you, all of you guys. Coop,
yeah, exactly.
And Jack and I have to talk. Jack has expressed an interest in doing some streaming for us, so I do have to get with him on that. So,
good.
Yeah. So this is another great show.
Yeah, and well, what one said, tell your mom, get the other moms, whatever, And we'll be back next week, Fridays, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Daylight Savings Time right now. So I will see you again, and hopefully you bring your friends.
Yeah, play on, gamers.
Game on, and HCK out.
We're going with this video.
There you go.